It's episode 20 of the No Means Nothing podcast, for fuck's sake. Episode 20. I don't know how we made it this far. 20 episodes ago, we were all like, what the fuck are we going to do? Is anybody going to listen to this? Still a question. But here we are, guys. We made it. 20 episodes. I guess we're done? Not really.
We still can't drink.
We're not even halfway through. That's true. We're not legally, this podcast is not yet legally allowed to drink. We're not even halfway through.
It's in Canada, Jesus. All of Canada, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? What's the age in Canada?
It's 18 in 3 provinces and 19 in the rest.
Holy crap.
That explains a lot. In any event, I'm one of your hosts, Jordan.
I'm Matthew.
I'm the young lady of the trio, Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And we're going to take you on a musical tour of 4 songs tonight. We're going to lift 2 up an octave and send 2 more down to, I don't know, maybe the lightning round.
Abaddon.
So first, if you've been listening to us, and I don't know why you would start this episode if you hadn't, you know that we're going to discuss some libations first. And as always, I will just be boring, but it's not as boring tonight, because tonight I say goodbye to this bottle of Armagnac that's been following me this entire podcast.
This is the big last fucking bottle.
Yeah, it was a big bottle.
Yeah, okay.
So this is it.
That's cool. Now
I don't know what's coming next. I don't know what's going to be up next, whether I get another bottle or switch to something else. Probably switch to something else, but there it is. I finished it, and it's all, I blame all of you. So there you have it. Michelle, how about you? What do you got?
I have some of Ireland's finest export.
Excellent.
Should I open it in the microphone again?
Well, please don't tease me.
Oh, that was a good widget.
Oh, that was juicy.
Juicy.
Yep.
Widget.
I want to isolate that audio and put it on our soundboard.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to that. Oh my. That makes me want to pee
Every
again,
time I do
though.
this, you guys make like
This is-
sexual noises.
This is No Means No ASMR. Come on. I mean, come on.
I don't even know what that means.
You don't know what ASMR is?
No.
I'm not going to educate you right now, but it's fucking weird and great, but weird.
Something the kids are talking about?
Kind
Kids,
of.
grown-ups,
Is it an
kind of,
LOL
maybe?
thing?
No, ASMR is real quick. It's people making videos or recordings of really weird, soothing, but strange things like crumpling paper or the sound of a tongue in an ear or
Hair
something
being
weird
combed.
or hair being combed,
What
right?
about
They're
the
just
people who pop zits? What about are those kind
that's
of
a whole
those
nother
too?
thing, but you know,
That's
same
disgusting.
universe, different
perverted.
thing.
I was scratching some monkey itch way back when, so whatever. Okay.
Exactly right.
We are
Exactly.
geared to, find the sound of, I don't know, picking of ticks and
All
shit.
the
It's
things
like-
your holes do.
Naked monkeys
'Cause when
looking
you got
funny.
a hole-
Yeah, totally. So ASMR is just like, it's sounds that help you chill, but
Exactly. Exactly.
but it's sometimes people get chill by pervy things.
Oh,
That's
like
right,
kitty
like,
cats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the kitty cats are
or
pervy.
Guinness being
Right.
opened.
Yeah.
All right, Matthew, what do you got?
Well, you know what? It's been a busy week, and I actually kind of ran out. Normally, I go for the 650 milliliter bottles, so it's a single serving. But I actually was like, usually I was gonna have to go after work, which is kind of I run out of time. But today I was out at work. Went on a service thing. Anyway, there was a liquor store where I needed to go, so I went into the liquor store, and part of the construction site next to it was where the new liquor store was going to be, and they were stripping down the old one. So it was like a total skeleton crew. They had no 650 mil like local single surfing bottles at all.
So you get beer at a liquor store. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you can be a liquor store.
Oh, okay.
We
No,
can't get it-
ours in the grocery store.
Yeah, we can't do that here.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
They're not as civilized as we are. So.
No, they made it.
Massachusetts.
They made it so that you can get beer in liquor store in grocery stores only recently, but they have to be certain distance from another liquor store and from any elementary school or something like that. Which means that in Metro Vancouver, there's only like 3 that were geographically possible. So
Holy crap!
you can get like at the grocery store the choices on 16th and Charles or something like that.
Sort it out. Sort it out.
Yeah, no, I know. It's very silly. But anyway, what they did have, lucky for me, was... Oh! It didn't do it!
Oh, wait, there it is.
There it is. It's 2 Guinness.
Yeah.
It's the
my
double
God.
Guinness for
Wait
the
a minute.
20th. Oh, God damn it. I should have got a Guinness.
Oh my God. Oh, my heart swells for this.
That's beautiful.
I'll
Yeah,
tell
my
you
fucking beer
what.
exploded. It's all over my fucking laptop.
Well, lick it up. Lick it up.
Well, now we know if the episode craps out halfway through, it's
Hey.
the Guinness.
You know what did
Hey.
crap out was the fucking widget, but I don't have as much...
No, it totally went off. It totally went off.
Did it?
And
Awesome.
Yes, I'm very familiar with that sound.
I'm sure you
She
are.
knows
Yeah,
it
yeah.
well.
Hey guys, I got a secret.
Uh-oh.
I got a secret.
What's your secret?
Guess what I did on my way from home from work?
Oh, shit. What'd you do?
I stopped at the liquor store. And you can't
And?
buy beer there. Look at Jordan's face. And I found the only one. Look at Jordan's mouth. I found the only bottle of a Marniac that they had.
Woo! We are doing total cross-pollination.
Oh, it's a total switcheroo.
But it doesn't look, it's yellow. It looks like pee. It doesn't look brown like yours.
It's because it's in such a small glass. If you put more in there, I bet
Oh
you'd get
no,
more.
I think this, I mean, it was expensive.
Maybe
That
it's-
shit's expensive. And
It ain't
they only
cheap.
had one. So I just got the one they had. It's probably a real cheap. It was the
Damn.
only one they had. They had to Google what it was because it's so colorful. Yeah. So
Well, fuck,
I
this-
have a little shot glass, and I think we should do a toast for a very awesome and cool
Oh,
comedian.
yeah.
Yep,
Please,
and so
Matthew, do it. You're the token Canadian here. Do it. You'd make good toasts.
I
Put you on the
guess
spot.
the spot for funniest human alive is now open
Yeah.
because Norm Macdonald passed away. And that's a real shame.
this will have been old news to most of you by this point, but to us today, it's nice and
Today's-
fresh.
Yep.
So here's a glass to Norm.
Yeah. Should I drink this whole thing? Should I
Just
just
down
chug
it. Just chug it. It's
Oh,
a
God.
shot.
Okay.
Do it. Whoop! Down the hatch.
That's like Listerine. My whole esophagus. Ah, why do you?
Well, you know, since it is Norm Macdonald, let me terrible. Yeah. You just made a Normanyak.
Oh, man.
my
He'd be
God.
proud. He'd be proud of that.
No, he
dad
wouldn't.
joke
No,
right
he,
there.
he
No, I
wouldn't.
guess
He
not.
secretly might have been.
Oh
He
God,
secretly
his
might have
voice
been.
was so funny to me. He
He
was
was
just
great.
always
He was fucking
smiling when he's
great.
like, He was just a snake.
He was fucking great.
Oh my God! I had no
I'm
idea
sure.
he was sick.
I'm sure those of you who are
No,
on
they
the
didn't. They didn't release it. It was apparently it was sick for or had dealing with
6
cancer
years or
for
something,
nine years.
Hey man, he can
years,
have his
jeez.
privacy. Let him
Yeah,
have
of
something
course.
private.
Absolutely.
Like I totally. David Bowie did the same thing. He's just,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
it's private.
Well,
Yeah, he was hilarious. My turd
This one's-
Ferguson.
this one goes out to you, Norm.
Yep.
So let's, listeners at home, raise your glass, drink whatever you've got, maybe 2, maybe 3. And we're going to bring our first 2 applicants into the office to interview for the job of Best No Means No Song. This week, without bust, well, I guess you already know if you've read the notes on the episode on iTunes or whatever, or Apple Podcasts, whatever, you know what the songs are. But what's interesting to me about these tonight is that we've got 2 kind of kaiju, each of which are wrestling little powerhouses that are packed so full of hot sauce and uranium they could power a small town.
Yeah.
So we've got these epics versus
Yeah.
these little fuckers holding up their fists going, oh yeah, well, fuck you. So it's going to be interesting. And they kind of mirror each other, these pairings in a way. So we're going to start off with pairing 1.
Your fuck
With-
count's gonna go up tonight.
And
I'll
you
tell
know, interestingly, I think that those your characterization of those songs could actually go. I know what you mean by the pairs.
I was going to say,
They could go
yes, I was
either
going to
way.
say they could go the other way. Yep.
Yeah.
Actually. And we'll talk about that, I think, right?
Yeah.
That metaphor can be flipped either way.
for sure.
But we're starting off. The first pairing is who fucked who after off of Mr. Right and Mr. Wrong, 1 down, 2 to go, 1994, goes up against 2 lips, 2 lungs, and 1 tongue, Wrong, 1989, and of
Whoa.
course the canonical version off of Live and Cuddly 1991.
I knew it.
So we are going to begin tonight with Matthew, who is going to talk a little bit about who fucked who after we fuck off and hear a little bit of that song.
Roses are red, violets are blue. You're fucked up, but I am too. It's a sad story. Yeah, we've all been on the bottom of the ocean and now you can rise up, rise up, rise up, and up down.
All right, Matthew, who did fuck who?
Well, we got to remember this was a fantastic one of like No Means No's only soundtrack. It was on the soundtrack to Maximum Overdrive, the song from 1986. They did the entire soundtrack.
What are you talking about?
The joke is going right over my head.
There's a
At
clue.
first, I thought you were serious.
Wait, I don't even know what you're talking about.
There's a clue.
I've seen that movie.
There's a clue on Michelle's shirt right now.
AC/DC?
Yeah, man.
AC/DC shirt on.
Yeah. Okay, no, they did the song "Who Made Who," and the
I
album
don't
"Who
know
Made Who," which is the
AC/DC.
soundtrack from Maximum Overdrive.
Okay, look, it's the Amarniak. I can't think.
Dad puns.
Yeah, you're bad with those, man. You gotta rein that shit in.
Nuh-uh. Fuck that. Unleash.
Okay, this song, yeah, it bears repeated listening. It definitely sort of worms itself into your bones. It's very if it were to go on a sort of more canonical No Means No album rather than sort of the outtakes and B-sides that is Mr. Right and Mr. Wrong, I'd say for me it would probably belong on Mr. Happy, just because of the sound of it and everything like that. It's very kind of like has that kind of lurching feel, but also it's very I don't know. I mean, it's right in their wheelhouse in terms of sort of the duality, the trust, the other side, like who is who made who fucked who. Okay, I'll stop with the AC/DC references.
Here, the Whoville's here.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's about your enemy, maybe your friend, your adversary, and is that within yourself or is that someone else? There's definitely sort of a Pyrrhic victory kind of feel to this. It's like, okay, well, you got me. Now what? You fucked yourself by fucking me. It's an interesting kind of feel in this. That I'm wondering whether it's about music, whether he's talking about music, like that there, because of this line, there is no space between these minor chords. And then scales of love are I forget what it is. Scales of something or lifted up with
If
love.
the scales of life are weighted down with cruelty.
Nerd.
Beep, beep, beep.
But yeah, roses are red, violets are blue. You're fucked up, but I am too. It's this sort of feeling. He sounds like he's resigned, accepting, also kind of loving in a way. You're fucked up, but I am too.
It's a kiss.
Yeah, a little bit. It's that other side, the other side of yourself, maybe your brother, your family, your partner, and that everybody screws, no matter how much trust there is, everybody screws over or disappoints you or does something wrong, maybe on purpose, maybe not, in the course of a relationship. And I don't know. It's just an interesting meditation. It's a little bit more optimistic than some No Means No songs in some ways, but then sort of accepting of reality, like most No Means No songs seem to be. Musically, I think it's really. I love how the kick drum and the bass are in unison for both. It's some amazing playing on the ride bell. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, love that stuff. The song reminds me a little bit of Something Dark Against Something Light, because there's definitely that Middle Eastern feel to parts of it. There's a Middle Eastern scale, and then the love, that sort of almost tribal sounding thing that he does. And there's a lot of just sort of emoting, that the sort of meaningless singing sounds that he makes in this song, which is I don't know. I like it a lot better on re-listening than I originally did. I guess it's quite a long song as well. Anyway,
Yeah.
Good
long song.
Good long song. Love the contrast. Love the breakdown. Love the vocal breakdowns. A lot of contrast. A lot of sort of I don't know. Solid No Means No song, I guess. And that's about all I got to say.
All right. So, listeners, I get a free pass on the number of fucks in this thing because it's right there in the title. It's right there in the title. So, I first encountered this song on the tour they did in '94. I think it was at the Great American Music Hall '94, and it was when they were touring for this EP or whatever. The One Down, Two to Go, and so they were selling it at the show, and it hadn't been in stores yet, so I picked it up. But they came on stage and started with just John and Rob playing Long Days, and then Who Fucked Who. And so first of all, starting right. So first of all, starting seeing Long Days was fucking crazy, and then this song coming out, I'd never heard it, and my fucking eyeballs just blew out of my skull. And so
and you pooped your pants too.
Definitely. But I still stayed for the rest of the show, much to the chagrin of those around me. Right. So it was, I was imprinted early on this song, and holy fuck, this song to me slays.
It does slay.
All over the fucking place.
Yep.
I absolutely adore this song. I think this is one of my favorite Rob bass songs. I think this playing on this song is fucking crazy. And he does that thing that I've mentioned before, and I'll mention in a couple other songs he does, where he does the open D string while going up and down while he's going up and down the G, and it's so fucking good. And he just makes the best use of it.
It's like a hymn.
It is. And it's just the way that the kick drum plays in exact precision with his picking. It makes each of his notes even more percussive and just precise and fucking perfect. It's just chef's kiss.
It's not often that No Means No reminds me of Motorhead. Somehow this song reminds me of Motorhead a little bit.
I don't know Motorhead enough to know, but yeah, maybe so. But I love how it starts off with like a Rob screech. It's almost like him getting stabbed in the back. I fucking love it. Matthew, you already mentioned his various vocal craziness in this, which is beautiful. He's scatting the fuck, especially in that middle section where he's just like, like mirroring the bass line, and he just is going along with it. It's gorgeous. And so
how that blues snarl.
He sounds like he's having, and when I saw him play this, he was having the most fucking fun, and you just hear that. It feels fun to play. It feels like he's having a hell of a time singing it.
Right at the end, the blues rock speed ending.
It's crazy. Gorgeous. The joy that comes through this song that's about betrayal is just, that's what I love. I mean, one of the things I love about them, right? They hold the two sides, the shit and the gold, and one like shit in one hand, gold in the other, and they're just like, here they are.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing. And yeah, I mean, this song to me, it's song about, something I think we've all experienced at one level or another on different scales, that sense of betrayal, the scars that it leaves, the sense of distrust that it can leave on you. And yet, Matthews, you pointed out, it has an optimistic part too, sort of like a resignedness in a way that's like, well, this is just part of life, but also that ending is really acceptance. It's like, roses are red, violets are blue. I'm fucked up, but you are too. And I love the part where he says, you've got to rise up an octave. The way he screams that is just
And then he plays it up an octave.
It's one of and that's one of the most like affirmative statements and like performances that I've heard out of Rob. It's so beautiful and glorious and impassioned. And frankly, I when we were listening to all of these songs, I love all of the songs on the roster for tonight. This one I could not listen to just once. I had to hit back and I had to hit back and I had to hit back. And I'm like, I want to fucking hear that again. This is one of those ones where maybe it's not their best song ever, but I think I don't know if it is, but it strikes me as grossly underrated in their catalog.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know what album this would have belonged on, but this is a fucking classic. Like this song fucking absolutely kicks everybody's ass. I'm afraid. I don't know, man. And the fact that it's a 2-piece, what they can do with just bass and drums is fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. And bass, drums, and vocals, right? The three of them together. It's insane all the way through their career. It doesn't matter. And that's why getting to see this live just was, it was shattering to me. It was fucking crazy. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I want to just say fuck a million more times because that's how strongly I feel about this song.
That's understandable.
I absolutely love this song. I think it's a titan amongst their songs. I think it's one of my favorites off that EP. Although I have to say, I don't know how people in general feel about that EP, but it's got a lot of good fucking songs on it.
It's got some doozies on it.
It's got some doozies. It's not like a front to back a classic or masterpiece maybe because it's disjointed and all over the place from all the eras, and this one, I imagine, like, I don't know if this got recorded specifically for that, if it was one they had kicking around, right, that they recorded it for that, or if because it's clearly not a demo. It's a full on fucking recording.
Yeah.
So I bet it was one of the ones that was, maybe it had been written before, but was recorded specifically for that album, unlike some of the older ones, which were clearly B-sides or, cast-offs. But fuck, man, who fucked who? I don't know, but you could fuck me any day. This song is... It's great. I just love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So, Michelle, where are you at?
I'm even going to forgive it for the fact that it's actually Who Made Whom.
Fuck that.
Who fucked whom.
Oh, okay,
Nerd.
English
Nerd.
teacher.
Nerd.
Jesus, we're trying to relax here.
The
Poindexter.
that wrong case and everything like that.
Do you want to conjugate the sentence?
Yeah, I don't know if it's so much that they remind me of Motorhead, but this is one of very few songs that
diagram the sentence. That's what
make a word tree.
Syntax conjugal tree. Conjugal conjugation. That's what I want with this song.
It's just this maybe one of the No Means No songs that I think I could play in like a roadhouse with a bunch of bikers and they wouldn't kick my ass for it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
But it's not. I don't want to entertain bikers though. I mean, unless
there's good
cool.
Bikers.
There's
cool bikers.
Well, all right.
There's bikers for Jesus.
Bikers for Jesus.
Okay.
Michelle, regale us with your thoughts on this one.
Bikers for Jesus. Remember that one, Matthew. All right. Okay. I'm going to need you both to remain calm when I tell you, too, that I used to be able to play this on my bass.
Me too.
Yep.
Me too.
Yep.
Nice.
And I also knew Widget as well.
Whoa.
That was when I was,
that's fucking nuts.
And I think I was killing
Captain,
because,
oh my Captain.
Yeah. And
yes.
Maybe I'd even try to relearn it and try to play it on the podcast. But what the
fucking
fuck?
Do it.
But I used to play my bass a lot, and this was just something I had to learn because it was just too fun. The opening of this is just freaking kick ass, and you just know something sick is about to be laid down. I did a googly eyes right there.
Nice,
Rob's
the googly
bass,
eyes.
And the googly eyes. Rob's bass sounds like a severe thunderstorm, and when John bursts in, it's almost too much. I still remember buying the CD. I have a CD at a Tower Records in New York City, and I couldn't wait to hear it. I have to admit, though, that the cover kind of creeped me out.
It's a weird cover. It's a weird cover.
That heart
it's not their
on the
best.
end of the, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure one of their friends did it, and that's great. But I kept looking at it. And I'm like, that's something about it's giving me the creeps.
John's a lover, not a fighter.
Maybe that was he the one with the bow and arrow?
Yeah.
Yes, it was Cupid, right? It was like Cupid,
yeah.
the loved one.
Yeah.
Sicko.
Something was a little creepy there. This snarky jazz gem is a fucking masterpiece, and I personally think it's one of Rob's best examples of how amazing he is. This song keeps going back and forth between aggression and music that's on the calmer side, and it's a perfect balance that makes this song astronomical. The title and subject of this song is always something that killed me, and I especially like the end with "Roses are red, violets are blue," and he goes, "Y'all fucked up, but I am too." But the way he says, "Hey, y'all fucked up, y'all fucked up," stupendous, stupendous piece.
Stupendous.
Y'all
Wow.
fucked
Well, I'm
up.
glad we all like that one. I was a little bit. I guess I wasn't worried, but I'm glad we all feel pretty enthusiastic about it.
I don't even think I'd want to hear guitar in that. I don't know what you could do. I think it's just
No,
perfect
no,
the way it is.
no. It's a showcase for Rob
How
and
fucking
John.
talented
Period.
those
That's it.
two are. Seriously.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh my god.
All right, so now we're going to bring in the other. As you said, Matthew, it could go either way. This is a kaiju in its own right. It's
I
short.
resent this. I want to go.
It's
on the
short.
record.
I know it's short and to the point. But it's mythical, right? 2 lips, 2 lungs, and 1 tongue. And we're going to hear a little bit of that one, probably off Live and Cuddly. And then Matthew's going to tell us about it. So let's hear a bit of that.
It's like you've been listening to too many, I don't know, MOD or like stormtroopers to death or something, dude. Chill. I just play this solo, man. What do you mean, let's go? This is the. You
Let's
guys
take a vote. How many people think you should finish the solo? Too bad, this is not a democracy. Fuck you.
You know, it reminds me of something my father once said to me. This will only take about 15 minutes. When I was a boy. Only so many songs can be sung with 2 lips, 2 lungs, and 1 tongue.
All right, Matthew.
Yeah, definitely. A kaiju in its way. That's what I was meaning. Like 2 of the songs are really big songs. There's a lot to them. Big, monstrous, lumbering things. And 2 lips and the other one that we're going to talk about later. They're very stripped down in a lot of ways. So they're monsters in that they're off the most popular and most known album. They are definitely ones that people know, talk about, and everything like that. So I'm not and Who Fuck 2 is maybe a little more obscure. So yeah, I don't know which way you meant actually. Which were the kaiju? And which were
It's very subjective.
Which
It
were
could
the
be either.
Tibblers?
I was so a kaiju is a
It's
giant
like
monster.
Godzilla.
It's like Godzilla,
Gamera.
right?
Yeah.
Like the Mothra?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
like
Mothra.
He's a kaiju.
Yeah.
So-
What is
hey,
he
you know, you
kaiju?
got
'Cause he's just
singing
a bigger
twins.
version of a cute
It's
thing or something?
no, a kaiju just means like a giant Japanese monster, like Godzilla, Mothra.
Oh.
Yeah, the big
it's
rubbery
like-
type that you'd see like slugging it out over some Japanese metropolis.
And when I said that early on, I meant like long epic songs versus short, compact, like fuck you in the head songs. But it can go either way because this one is, like you said, Matthew, this one's more known. It's a larger song.
More
on the
known, maybe
public
the
consciousness.
most covered that I'm aware of Nome's No
interesting.
songs.
Oh, no shit.
That's interesting. I could see why. Sure.
Yeah, because it's relatively simply musically. It's not, it's maybe actually doable. Like not
Yeah,
for,
good point.
I can do that guitar solo in the middle.
yeah, me too. Maybe.
Hey,
I can cover that.
don't joke about that.
No, absolutely.
That's a very serious part of that piece.
It is buzzsaw
Yes.
hardcore, and that's why probably people really, really love this song. They certainly love it when it was played live. Absolutely. Hey, though, I know it's Andy, but I cannot tell. I think on Live and Cuddly it's Andy and Rob, but I'm pretty sure it's Andy and John. On the
I think
album.
so.
What, the
on the
singing?
album?
Yeah.
The singing, yeah, on the
Yeah.
album. It doesn't sound like Rob. Yeah.
Singing in unison, which
I
is
would agree.
unusual, especially. And I can't think of any other songs where it's Andy and John singing.
Maybe you can see it on the video because they put it. You can see all the videos.
Yeah. But I'm
of that.
sure they would switch up too. Them,
Right, keep it interesting.
Yeah, on the album, I agree with you. It sounds like Andy and John. I was thinking that today too. I didn't hear Rob at all.
Anyway, things I really love about this song.
Tired out.
The tom fill going up at the beginning, at the middle of the end of the first verse or first chorus or whatever, and then before that solo, where it goes, but it goes up, and that's kind of unusual for a tom fill. Love that part.
That's a good point.
It's different on Live and Cuddly, where it's a little bit more downy. I love the bendy guitar solo. It is about the loneliness that is, I think, the song is about. How the song is about miscommunication. How you will never sometimes be able to communicate, regardless of how much you blather. Yeah. So this solo, we got to talk about that solo.
Yes, we do.
It is. I love it. It's beautiful. It's also a big joke and like it's a point where they can come in and fuck with the audience, which they would always do. As you can hear on Live and Cuddly, so many fucking great lines, dude. Where's this all hostility coming from? And then too bad this is not a democracy. Fuck you.
Oh, I love that.
And I think I've been referring to that every single time we get a complaint on the podcast.
Right.
Like, and I've said it. It's like, I can make your own podcast. Fuck you. It's just a callback to that.
Yeah.
Did you hear how fast Rob says it too? It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
He just goes, blah, 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 love you. It's hilarious.
It really made me think, because it would use that as an opportunity to like mess with the audience and get them really impatient. And I often wondered how many uninitiated members of what the fuck is this? What are they doing? Like, and I think in the audience in the Dutch place where they were, where that was recorded, there were some uninitiated, because I think they're genuinely upset. But maybe
Let's go.
Oh no, Bruno!
Let's go.
Oh no, Bruno! And then my favorite thing in there is, and I'm not sure whether it's one member of the band or somebody in the audience going,
Yeah, I love that too.
And
I'm
they
so
didn't
glad you
fall for it
highlighted that.
either.
No.
They didn't even fall for it.
Oh, I love that. I wonder if that would be so funny if that was John doing that, right? But yeah,
that would be funny.
The bass in the second verse, where it's like it's so I don't know, fantastic. It breaks out from the just sort of straight on hardcore thing. There's a little bit more going on in the second verse, and then of course the end, as each instrument disappears after each bar, and then it just
like one goes out and then another.
Yeah, that's right.
Good. Yeah.
It drops out.
Clever.
So
Very clever.
super cool, and it just ends up with them shouting into the mic at the end. Yeah. Great classic No Means No song. There you go.
Yeah, man. It is fucking classic, right? And one of the things I've been thinking about this and the other song that we're going to cover off or wrong later, for the album that's talked about as being one of their most, I hesitate to say mainstream because they're not fucking mainstream, but they're most accessible, they're most known, right? Like Wrong being so many people's favorites. It's got so many fucking eclectic songs on it, right? Like this
really does.
This is a totally eclectic song. Look at that. She's holding up her No Means No Wrong tattoo, which is gorgeous. And this, I mean, that's why when I first heard Wrong, which was my introduction to them, it was like, these are not nobody plays this kind of shit. And Matthew, I really like, I mean, one of my favorite parts of the song is how it holds that beautiful duality that they so often do of that middle section, that solo, which is so fucking funny and such a fuck you of like, here's our guitar solo. Here's what we think of guitar solos. But it's also incredibly meaningful to the message of the song. Like it really is that loneliness. Now, I was lucky enough to hear a demo of this, and it's not the same. It is very like spare, but it's not just that one note bend, one note down. It's a little more funky. It's got more in it than this, although not much. So I feel like this is the most refined version that we got on the studio recording, where he just really decided to do one bend up and one bend down, one bend up, one bend down. But It's amazing. It works on both of those levels, and
It's hilarious.
It succeeds wildly on both of those levels. And I think this is a beautiful song about there's such an earnestness and a frustration that's communicated in that sort of like fast, hard, 2-chord punk almost of that frustration of not being able to communicate what you really want, how much poverty there is in our ability to communicate, in how what we really want to say is almost impossible to ever really say. And there's this mountain of meaning and frustration and not being able to communicate. And we've all felt that at times, right? And this song's gorgeous in its discussion. And just the words, 2 lips, 2 lungs, and 1 tongue, that is the meter of it is gorgeous. The meaning of it is gorgeous. It's fucking beautiful. He's talking about the physical mechanics of how we speak being not enough. And then, I don't know, man, the song is it's so short. It's so
reduced
distilled,
to fucking spare parts, right?
But underneath it, you have that feeling of the need to communicate. You have these words of how there's this earnest desire to communicate. I hope, I wish, I dream, I want you to understand. And I fucking can't. In the middle, what is it? It's my fucking silent, dumb little chord, like
awkward
string bends,
making people uncomfortable.
This awkward string bends, like I'm going to build up to it. I'm going to build up to it. Here it comes. Here it comes. Like it's fucking genius. It's fun, and I love the deconstruction at the end that you highlighted. I think is fucking great. The way it
might be the right notes too.
The way it strips it down an instrument at a time until it's really just the 2 lips, 2 lungs, and 1 tongue saying those words is fucking great. And yes, a great song to see live because they would always fuck with that middle section. I think I saw it with Tom maybe once, but I can't say that for sure. But it's just really an Andy song. I mean, to me anyway, after hearing it on Live and Cuddly, that's the canonical version for me, just because I fucking love that banter. That expresses the No Means No live experience that I wish I had. I mean, I had great experiences seeing that band, but it was never that, right? I never got to see that show or that song that way. But this song's great. It's one of their eclectic masterpieces. It's short, but it's beautiful and brilliant and funny and poignant and exactly distilled to what it needs to be. Not a bit more, not a bit less. And perfect. All right, Michelle.
Okay, sorry.
No, please keep going.
It's Matthew
Because
Karaoke.
I'd really like to hear this as I read my words. It would help. Oh, I did and some eyeballs. Eyeballs. OPPFT. It's XL. Eyeballs. 1 minute and 46 seconds of pure maniacal dance moves that I'd make after I kicked off the door of my casket if I was dead. Yes. Who's cutting the rug with me? Huh?
Me.
Right?
I'm there.
No rolling over in that grave.
Nope.
That's right. Even though
Moshing
I'm gonna
in
be
the grave.
cremated. But if I was in a casket, I'd do that.
Your ashes
Another
will be a
ex-
tornado.
Yes. Another example of a tight punk masterpiece with epic precision and spunk. They put the punk in spunk. Ralph's gonna like that, isn't he, Matthew? Ralph's
Probably.
gonna like that.
Probably.
They put the punk in spunk.
We'll put the spunk in punk.
The song structure and melody is based on a half step. That's Jaws.
Nice.
Because Jaws is coming to bite you in the hiney. And it's what gives it the aura of anxiety and apprehension. Now
Can't
let's
hide the
talk
hiney.
about this guitar solo. Hide the hiney. I think the guys need a break after a couple seconds break after that. So maybe that's kind of. I'm just kidding, really, but yeah, nice little time for them to have a swig of beer or wipe off their brow from playing, so they can catch their breath. But it's really quite clever in how the fierce music comes to a complete and utter stop, and then this puny worm peeks out and asks if it's okay to come out. The live and cuddly banter in this part is hilarious, and what's not hilarious is how they crash right back into the colossal epic banger this song is.
I was never quite sure if they knew when they were gonna go, or
I don't-
just
they must
or
have
which
some
one of
Right,
them was
if that
gonna.
was like a
Somebody
pre-planned
winked.
Rob line where he knew, but they're just that shit.
or just one starts and they're all ready to go. I just fucking
Fuck.
maybe never know.
Oh, somebody had winked.
I kind of
This is
don't
a mystery
wanna
on the
know.
scale of
Yeah.
Baldwang. Yeah.
This is something I don't want to know. I want it to just be a mystery. Mystery
I
forever.
think I might want to know.
No,
Was
I'll
it a
let you
lick?
find out.
Oh, okay. I bet he'll tell
We
me
might.
to.
Yeah, he might. He might.
Yeah.
Someone might. Don't want to get too meta. All right, was that it?
Yes, that's on the paper.
Ooh, fuck! I'm not happy about this. Then we gotta vote on this,
I
and I don't
resent
want
this.
to. I don't
I
want to.
resent
But
this.
luckily,
resent
I don't
this
have.
bad.
I don't have to go first. So, Matthew, you're in the unenviable position of casting the first vote, and there's probably gonna be a dangling Chad after this fucker. So, go for it.
Who fucked who? Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yep. Boy, this ain't easy for me, but who fucked who's going through? Because that's my vote. That's my vote. Who fucked who? That's 2 for who fucked who. Michelle, where are you going?
Should I go with my original vote?
Yes, please.
Okay. My original vote is for 2 lips, 2 lungs, and 1 tongue.
It makes me so happy. I didn't want it to not get
come
any
on,
votes.
though, but I love Who Fucked Who.
Well, of course you do,
when
but
I
we
heard
all love
this, I'm like, oh yes, yes.
But we also love 2 lips, 2 lungs, and it
You
deserves
could
a
have put
vote.
these 2 up next to each other. Come on.
I
what the
know this
fuck?
is that terrible machine.
It is.
Fucking,
It's horseshit.
Yeah, it is horseshit.
They don't make a
and
pill to help you deal with this.
unfortunately, in this case, we have to listen to what Slade says, and we don't have a choice.
Yeah, whatever.
It is horseshit, but listen, this is no slag on 2 lips because that is a mammoth kaiju in its own right, and I am
I don't
sorry
like
to
this.
see
I don't
it
want to
go.
play this game anymore.
Yeah, well, we'll find. I don't want to find a replacement, Michelle. Please keep playing.
I once
Fuck. All right,
tried
well,
to
let's-
think up a. I don't know. I think it might have been on the
Replacement?
No Means No forum a long time ago. Where we were trying to think up puns based on the names of No Means No songs, and I thought this one was kind of funny because especially Andy lives in the Netherlands and everything like that. But I thought that this one could be a couple of dumb farmers, dumb brothers maybe.
2 lips. Here it comes.
Yeah, 2 lips, 2
lips.
lunks, and some dung.
You're such a nerd.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's
Very
fucking
cute.
great. That's
Hey,
fucking
did you have
great.
a second Guinness?
Oh yeah,
I heard him
there's-
crack it open.
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead, Michelle. You can
see
too.
how easy it is to
Yep,
chug
you
these?
can too.
But
Yeah,
I
are
might.
you
I might.
liking the Guinness, Matthew?
Oh yeah, of course.
Who doesn't like
Guinness.
Guinness?
Yeah.
Isn't it
Fucking gotta
beautiful?
be. You got to be
Oh my
dead to
God.
not like Guinness.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's like a
Oh
milkshake.
man, we need a breather from that one, man. So
You
we're
gotta
gonna.
pee again? Oh, Matthew does have to pee.
All right. Well, go ahead, Matthew. We'll stop the podcast while you pee.
Okay. I don't trust you.
We
You gonna
promise.
go outside again? And
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna go
giving
outside.
I'm giving air quotes. Can you carry your mic with you so we can hear?
He's going outside, isn't he? He's gonna go
Yeah,
outside.
he's just gonna
pee
piss in
the
his
yard.
flowers. What are you
That's
gonna do?
disgusting. And then he's gonna come in after he's touched his private.
He's
area.
not gonna have washed his hands. He told us
No.
last time he doesn't have a sink, so his
No.
our podcast is covered in filthy germs of
I'm
urine
telling
and
you,
feces.
he's like
He's probably dropping a deuce out there too. He says he's going pee, but I don't
could
trust him.
be, and I think he's living off the grid. This whole garage crap in the fridge going out on the curb. I think he's.
I don't buy
off
it.
the grid.
You're right. I think maybe
think
he's a
he's off
fucking
the grid.
hermit. Did we get a hermit on the podcast?
Yeah. And
We got
this
some-
wife of his that we never see. I don't know.
I know
man.
exactly. Nah, wife in quotes.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think we got some weird fucking Ted Kaczynski motherfucker up in here. I don't know. I mean, he's using Zoom, but you know,
I have
anybody.
been to his house several times, but I can see there's places to pee outside, but
All right.
don't know.
No. Well, listener, we're sorry for this. I probably am too lazy to cut this out, even though I shouldn't. But you're going to hear us have a little moment of
hey,
banter
people
anyway.
pee.
So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this advantage. I'm going to take this time to say so that Matthew doesn't have to when he gets back. We're about to go
Yeah.
into a listener submission. This time we're going to do a read listener submission. Once someone sent us in some text because they didn't want to send a recording, which we totally honor. We need more of these, man. We're running low. Don't be shy. We want to hear these from you.
Andy in
Give
Florida.
us exactly. Andy in Florida, fucking whoever's in Iran listening still. Send us a recording, send us a text. Let us know what no means no needs to you. I want to hear about this globally. I want to know we're getting downloads from countries all over the fucking world. I would love to hear from our South American listeners. I would
Yeah.
love to hear from the Seychelles. I would love to hear if you're using a VPN to make us think you're listening in the Seychelles.
Why did you
Whatever.
do that?
Why did you do that? So I know you're listen. I hear this kind of shit all the time in podcasts. I hear the review us and blah blah. There's a bunch of podcasts I listen to. I don't do shit
fuck
for.
that.
This podcast is about the community, right? No
Right.
Means No rocks because the No Means No community is so fucking great. We want to hear from you. We want to make this a community project. So I'm not going to spend any more
What about
time saying
Pavel?
it,
Where the
but
fuck's Pavel here?
We got more than one Powell too.
so
well,
if
we
you're
can have some Powells.
if your name's Pavel, we're talking to specifically you right now, and
Yeah.
please send us in. So you're going to send us in a
Pavels.
recording,
Several Powells.
a recording or a written piece of text to no means nothing podcast at gmail.com. Do it. Just
Are you
you've
both
been
grounded?
you've been wanting to.
Fucking
Don't put it off.
Powells.
We're gonna run out soon, and then what the fuck are we gonna do in between brackets? That's not fun.
Is it Pavel
So anyway,
or Powell? Was it
Pavel.
Pavel. Now see,
That guy
record
looked
something.
good in a wrong shirt. Did you see that shirt on him? That white
Record
wrong shirt
something
he
and
had?
correct
It was
us.
Awesome.
Record their fucking bullshit pronunciation here, please.
Yeah.
But you got to do it yourself. I can't do it for you.
All right.
So Matthew's going to read something to us today from Brad King, who wrote us in some text. And Matthew, why don't you read this submission for us?
Alrighty. Thanks, Brad. Be like Brad. Send us.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was 17, I was in a Ramones-style punk band, and we opened up for the Hansons when they came through town, so I knew the guys a little bit.
Shit.
When they came back to town the next year on the Dance of the Headless Bourgeoisie tour, they needed a place to stay. So Craig Headless Bourgeoisie, Craig Bougie,
Craig.
I'm sorry, and John stayed at my girlfriend's place, and Rob, Tom, and their merch guy, Aaron, stayed over at, I don't know, probably, at my parents' house on our basement couches. We had some beers, watched the World Cup, and I heard the famous Rob Wright cackle for the first time. In the morning, I took them all out for pancakes. My parents pretty much left us alone the whole time, but after they drove away, my mom said they seemed like very polite boys, which is funny because Rob is only about 5 years younger than both of my parents.
That's so great.
Wow.
I've often wondered how our opinion would have changed if I'd played her the title track on the brand new CD that they gave me, Stinky Pinky and all. A few years later, March 21st, 2001, to be exact, I moved out to Vancouver, and my mom's first visit coincided with a No Means No show at the Commodore Ballroom. As Matthew can likely attest, the Commodore is a great venue. Yes, it is. With excellent sound, lots of comfortable seating, and is relatively mom-friendly all around. And actually, if that mom, I mean, it was a real ballroom back in the day. This is Matthew now. They have a dance floor, one of those ones that's like mounted on tires or some shit. So if the crowd really starts going, you can actually get knocked off balance if you're not.
Bouncing,
Yeah. So I bought my mom an extra ticket to see those nice, polite boys play a show.
Oh my God.
I'm not sure what was going on with the front of house sound at the show, but it was by far the loudest concert I'd ever heard at the venue. I saw Motorhead there twice, and the loudest No Means No show I'd ever heard. It was bad loud, like uncomfortably loud. I've definitely had that experience at the Commodore.
Craig, no.
Yeah, for
God,
sure.
fuck.
Mom did not approve. Rob seemed to also be having a bad night on stage. There was an overly enthusiastic group of moshers out front. Fuck all of y'all. That's from me, Matthew. Fuck you and your fucking thrown elbows.
Yeah.
Bumping the mic stand, jumping up on the stage, and generally annoying him.
Oh no, Rob doesn't like that. I've seen that happen.
He brooks
does
none of that
not
shit.
Like
No,
that.
no,
Brooks, none of that shit.
no. This was during one era, and I think they were hassling him about playing the newer, more melodic material and yelling out for, "Oh no, Bruno!" or whatever incessantly.
Big middle finger.
And this is definitely picking up things
talked
I've said
about
about those stuff
Yep.
in most recent episodes.
I don't like that.
I don't either. I don't like
Fuck
you,
those guys.
and I don't like
don't
what you're
like
doing.
What you're doing?
So why don't you just
Stop.
It's easy.
Just don't.
You just
Don't.
don't.
All right.
Rob lost his temper with them several times during the set and was less than polite. Not the normal clever Rob banter, but hey, why don't you guys fuck off, etc., etc.
Yeah, give it to him, Rob.
Good for
Years
him.
later, I ran into Craig at a party at a friend's house, and I believe he told me that Rob broke one of his toes at the show, kicking one of those hooligans off the stage.
Holy shit!
I wonder if
Oh.
Mr. Lamb has more details about this in his book. Anyway,
We
that
can
was
hope.
the last show I ever went to with my mom. Well, how are you going to top that?
Are you going to top that?
Hey,
Brad, no. Brad, leave
Oh,
it alone.
Brad, please don't make
leave
me
that
go.
alone.
So my question
Oh my
to your
God.
listeners
No.
is, has anyone taken their mom to see No Means No before? I tried. She wouldn't go.
I have
Thanks.
never have I ever.
Thanks for the entertainment, guys and gals. Brad King, Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Nice.
Brad, that was an awesome
I
story.
bet he's been to the Horseshoe Tavern then in Ontario.
And to the
Or
Hoito.
Toronto.
The Hoito.
My mom never went to a concert, but she used No Means No on a guilt trip for me. You guys saw that, right?
Oh, I
Yeah,
did.
that
Yeah, that
sucked.
was pretty good.
Fucking-
That was
oh.
pretty good.
Fuck off, strangers, Mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rose. That's my mom's name, too.
Rose.
Is Rose
Rose
listening
gave
to
me
the
the guilt
podcast?
trip.
Probably not, huh? No.
No, she rose
No,
to the
God, I
occasion.
hope not. She has a problem with how loud my laugh is. I think she'll.
Oh,
call the
no.
cops if
Your
she
laugh-
calls- she,
Your
no, she
laugh
does.
is a joy on the face of the
No,
planet
it's-
Earth, is
it-
what I
it
have to
rips
say. So fuck that.
Wallpaper off the walls. It's bad.
That's what
and
is
she-
wrong with that. It's fucking glorious. So
And
fuck you,
wallpaper
Rose,
sucks
sorry.
anyway. Get rid of that
Yeah,
wallpaper.
wallpaper shit.
She just does not like the way I laugh, and
So
now
as
now I've heard it, and I don't like it either.
oh,
Anyways.
baloney. Listeners, you know you're shaking your heads along with the rest with me and Matthew here. So listen, Brad, thank you. We really, really fucking appreciate that. The rest of you,
Yes,
get off
Brad.
your asses and give
Yeah.
us some feedback, man. We love this shit, and the listeners like it too, by the way. So let's hear it. All right, but now we're stepping into round fucking 2. Here come our other 2 contenders. Here's another kaiju. Here's another shit fuck little samurai with his sharp little blade. I don't know which is which, but we've got Machine off of Why Do They Call Me Mr. Happy, 1993, and another off of fucking Wrong, Stocktaking, 1989.
Holy
Which-
shit!
By the way, you've already fucking heard a clip of that off of the front of the episode. So
It's our
Here we go.
theme song.
So, whoo, baby, we're going to first crank up that machine and hear a couple of these notes before I have the pleasure of No, I don't have the pleasure of doing this first. Michelle does. But first, we're going to listen to a little of that glorious machine.
Machine, I'm a good machine. Machine, I'm a good machine. On you I lean, I lean, I lean, I lean, I lean. On you I lean. Machine, I'm a good machine.
Believe in one another, depend on one another, be good to one another.
I am the other. I'm a good machine. Yeah.
All right, Michelle,
Hey, do you? Would I go first?
you go first.
Hey, do you
I'm
dare me
monkey
to
in the
text
middle.
my housemate to bring me another Guinness so I can have
Do
one,
it. Do it.
like Matthew did? I want to text
Do
him
it.
right. No, I'll do it after I'm done. Machine. Well, this is a chewy one, isn't it? It's a bunch of raunch crushed into a container of attitude with sneering, farty delivered lyrics. I like how it starts out with just Robs and his bass, kind of a duet between the two. It's a totally sneaky sounding song that's both funny in parts, but deep down kind of disturbing. This tune really shows the talent between Rob and John and how massive, I underlined the word massive they sound just between them. The Of the I Sing, man, this is a famous line with several large works of art. A book by Obama. He wrote a book called Of the I Sing. It's a song by George Gershwin, and what I think Rob is nodding to are some lyrics from America or / My Country 'Tis of Thee. That's what I think he's doing. I don't know. I shouldn't be so pretentious, but this song is a sneaky, raunchy, I already said that before, but it's still raunchy, excursion into some intoxicating feelings of introspection. The spacey fade out is tops.
Fucking nice. Yep.
Yeah,
Amen.
yeah.
Amen to all of that. And I am now done with my Marniac, so I'm well lubricated, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, Machine, man. We have not, unfortunately, we've loved all of the Mr. Happy songs we've put up, but unfortunately, the balance of votes has been weighted against Machine because I'm not Machine, sorry, against Mr. Happy because of whether it's been up against, and I'm a little afraid of that this time too because Machine is a powerhouse of a song. It's fucking great. So let me talk about my view of the lyrics a little bit. And again, this is just my view. I think this you could look at the song a bunch of fucking different ways, as with the best of Rob's masterpieces. You can Rorschach your fucking to your heart's content. But this song really feels like it's about, at least on one angle, the prison of morality, how morality is used as like a tool for control. How, and what I love about the song, and I've felt this since the minute I heard it, was that I could hear the main lyric, I'm a good machine, two ways. Meaning I'm a good machine, meaning I'm a machine of quality. I'm a good machine. I do well, but also
I'm a nice guy.
but also I'm a machine that produces good. I'm a good machine. I actually make good. And that plays through the entire song. You can hear it both fucking ways. And it means it ties in to the same fucking meaning to me. It's, the song can refer to, and it does explicitly, to Christianity, but it also goes to jingoism. It also goes to nationalism. It also goes to fascism. It's anything that where you put your morality outside of yourself and you look for the answer outside of yourself, and any system that sees your weakness and knows how to take real truth, like, hey, be good to each other. Hey, be kind to each other.
Good boy.
But knows how to get its and shit that's not false, right? It's not, those are real things that we should all do, but someone can take those things and turn them into tools of control, can wrap you up in them and make you into a goose stepper. And one of the things I love about the song is how there's these different tones, how when you have what I call the sort of aphoristic verses where they're saying those things like, be good to one another, right? And they have these things, these kind of kind aphorisms.
Hey,
and
look,
it's
my
this,
beer
here
delivery.
comes the other beer delivery service.
Welcome.
Hey, there's Pat. Woohoo!
I want one of those. Although I'm drunk enough, I don't need it.
I like
But
this.
so you start with these, or not start, but you have these verses that are very quiet, very calm. They're that part where you're sitting down with the book, or you're sitting down on the grass with the fucking spiritual leader or whatever, the Bible, and it's telling you the nice things. But then as it starts to get deeper into each verse, it gets crunchier and crunchier until you get those verses where it's like, when we walk and talk together, walk in line. And that's like the full on fascism. Now we're fucking goose stepping together, walking down the line, and it's all great. Isn't this fucking great? Yeah, I think it's all right. It's all right. Like, it just has this great build from that, hey, it's just you and me talking and everything's going to be okay. And isn't this peace and love? And it just ramps up into those goose stepping sort of like the machine has its grip in you, into the way the music changes into being very fucking fascist. It's just these like goose stepping lines of
in Soviet Russia, step goose is you.
Exactly. These lines of fucking people, just faceless people marching one after another. And it's just amazing how they have this music that fits so perfectly the progression of the meaning, for me, the meaning behind the lyrics. And each of those,
they do that so fucking well.
They do that so well. And this song is a great pinnacle of that. I mean, much of Mr. Happy is like that, right? Like it's just so fucking good. And Rob's delivery in this is so amazing, so fucking amazing. His like, yeah. It's just like fucking, he's chewing on this song like a fucking fine meal. Oh God, this guy, man.
Or
I don't know.
He's cartilage at the end of a bone.
Oh Jesus! But as a if you don't appreciate Rob as a vocalist, fuck you. Stop listening to the podcast, because this guy is a master. This guy's a master vocalist. Well, come on, right?
Oh no, hey, I often ask how he gets in the zone with his shit.
He's a fucking master vocalist.
He doesn't care. He's just feeling the music and the words. He is inside. He is inside every fucking word he's delivering. I ever wonder how many takes The
he
true
took
artist.
I'm wondering how many takes he took to get the take he was happy with on some of these songs. Because
One.
I would think, but I don't know, right? Like, did he
No.
get a bunch? But I think he's.
No.
I don't know.
No.
I almost don't want to know, but it's
One take.
this is a great
One
fucking
take
song,
Rap.
and
That's his nickname.
we've done the song that this leads into, Madness and Death, and I really love the transition between this song and Madness and Death. How you have that machine and it just
Yeah,
goes into
totally.
that scrunchy fucking closer and closer into your face, just super hardcore, just grind. You're just falling into the gears and being chewed up before it's going into Madness and Death. Yeah. So fucking good. So anyway, that's Machine to me, which I love. I think this song is
Should
fucking
be an a cappella
amazing.
group singing these songs. Wouldn't that be sick?
Oh Jesus, that'd be insane.
Wouldn't that be
That'd be
fucking sick?
insane. All right, Matthew, you're up.
Yeah, this is a song. It's an ode to our randomizer, the terrible machine. I actually kind of wondered. No, it's not a good machine. I wonder whether there is any connection between the terrible machine from Slade, because this song is, to me, it's that Jekyll and Hyde. It's that Bob and Slade duality. In some ways, in other ways,
Yeah.
it's is it? See, you were more than correctly saying that it was about doctrine. And you're thinking about these systems of thought, systems of control. I was thinking a little more internally, like, is it our, and this could be applied to any of those things that you're talking about, but it's conventional behavior? Is it it's the song about our automatic behaviors?
Right.
It's the machine that takes over. It's kind of like metronome a little bit, like the soothing aspect of automatic reactions and automatic small talk. It's
so heady.
the machine is our blank face on the world.
Right.
It's the fake, it's the robot face, it's the fucking android, it's it's not the dark side, it's the boring side.
The boring side, right?
It's the side that does
Soulless.
like small talk and that kind of shit. Yeah, so much to say about this song. I mean, on you I lean on you I lean. It's this pressure.
Right.
To be conventional. Yeah, it's just like when you lean on someone, you're dependent, but this is something that's leaning on you, and you're gonna get crushed by it. You mentioned the snarly vocals, you get together, walk in line, kind of stuff. Don't you just love?
Oh God, I love
that was perfect.
It's just like you.
It's just like you. Barely contained this aggression,
Holy
this violence.
shit,
as long as
man.
you sort of stay.
Sounded just like them.
Yeah, that was good.
The creepiest line from this song to me is the voice is yours, but the words are mine.
Oh, it's so good, that last verse. That whole last verse.
It's so eerie,
God.
so creepy.
But the echoes chime. It's so fucking good. God.
And then that terrible, ominous guitar noise at the end, and then like lurching into madness and death, of course. Like, that's another duality. I haven't even talked about the music yet, but I love how it begins so, innocuously. I mean, just bass and vocals, and then the rest of the entrance kind of lurch in. A speech pathologist talking here. I actually was sort of a little bit worried about Rob, because he's definitely in a range where I would recommend don't do that. You're gonna hurt yourself. But again, it's like, he got his vocal nodules early on in his career, and he's just like, okay, fuck this. I'm just gonna own all the vocal damage and just
He was
I'm
past
gonna
it.
control it all. So yeah, he's totally past it.
Hey, the man's got to be able to express himself. So,
But I mean, he's into ranges where he's actually like pushing his own limits, and that's kind of an interesting thing as well. Like, I mean, his glottis is so low that he's gonna strain something. He's gonna fucking strain something. Yeah, that's what.
But
it
that
is.
effort of the straining
punching
comes
bag
through,
thing?
right? Like, there's just something so fucking anyway. Yeah.
Yeah,
God.
chewing on it.
Yeah.
It's he's got so much control.
Is that glottis your punching bag thing in the back?
The glottis is your voice box.
Oh, what's that thing that hangs in the back?
The
that looks
uvula,
Your
right?
uvula.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
The vocal vulva. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay, sure.
Alrighty.
And past the last chorus, after where he goes, yeah, 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 there's like a strange computer noise, which I never noticed before.
What?
And I wondered whether it's just some, chromatic.
Wait, where? Highlight
effect.
that.
The
where does that
last
happen?
chorus after he was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. There's this strange, like, kind of computer
Ooh,
effect.
I'm gonna have to listen for
He's
that.
got
I haven't
an
heard that.
effects on his voice. It doesn't sound.
No,
like
I think it might be like a sample that's in there, or maybe it's just my imagination.
I'm gonna have to
Who
listen for
knows?
that.
But
I didn't hear
I
that.
actually I went back and listened to it 3 times just to see whether it was, because I'd never noticed it before.
Huh.
Anyway,
It's
yeah, no,
nice
this is
new
a
speakers.
could well be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, these things are way too much sound for this garage, as my neighbor
As
has
it should
informed
be.
me. Um,
Oh,
Howdy,
shit.
neighbor.
no, he's a good neighbor,
Excuse me,
and he listens to this podcast. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Matt.
Yeah,
We're
he's one of
fans.
That's
Matt's-
where it's at.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the machine, I think, for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to the second half of this job application. Stock taking. Woo, baby, off a wrong
Do we need
1989.
do we need a minute here to
No,
fan
we're
ourselves?
gonna take a moment and we're gonna listen to, I guess, the only part of the song left that we don't have at the beginning or ending of our podcast,
Oh,
which is the
God.
middle. So at some point in this podcast, you'll have probably heard the entirety of stock
Good.
taking. So here's the meat in the stock taking sandwich for your lucky ears.
Decides what will happen, and who decides who for? Is this just a crazy little game, or is this just an ugly little war?
All right, Michelle, you are fortunate enough to take stock first. Hit us.
All right, now look. There is something so magical about this. Something so masterful and right. This would be yet another example to show someone who'd appreciate talent, precision, and the art of songwriting. Every single part of this song is mind-blowing. John starting this out, and that teensy sound you can hear on the recording of their fingers on the fretboard. Do you know what the fuck I'm talking about?
A little bit.
It's like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking? It's like. Yeah.
No, that's
I know what
later.
you're
That's
talking
later.
about.
No, but you can hear after John starts, you can hear somebody's fingers on the fretboard, and
But they're just waiting. They're just
I
waiting.
love that. I just love that they left
Ready
that
to
in and
go.
didn't take it out. Yeah. Okay, so I count this, and we're going to talk about this, I'm sure. I count this song as 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you
Yeah.
can go count to 8. But I know Andy himself
Bam.
mentioned once. Are we going to do it together?
No,
Because
no,
it's
no.
just so. Okay, well, we can because I want to. I love it. But I know Andy himself mentioned once before how someone in his family heard it as 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't that the way? Isn't that the way that he was?
No,
saying it?
you're right. That's exactly
Eh.
right. But I can't hear it that way. I've never heard
No,
it that way.
I don't either. But
Yeah.
he was saying how. I mean,
Yeah.
you could.
I
but
guess
I
you
think,
can. Yeah.
I think again they're doing that thing where they kind of leave the first beat of the measure
Yeah.
kind of just off, and then they start on the second fucking beat.
But he note, like, just real quick to follow up on that point, he had said that when he went back and listened to this after hearing that comment from his family member, that he'd realized that there's part of John's intro that isn't on the album. Like there's a bit missing that he feels like makes
the
that
first
more
beat, isn't
possible.
it?
Right. And so there's a bit, he's like, oh crap, now I get it why people think that, because it's actually
Yeah.
missing part of the song. But I still have never heard that.
But
Anyway.
it's so many people are used to hearing songs start on the first beat. One. That's
Yeah.
how funk is. If you ever watch,
Yep.
what's this Toots? He had this great video about how to play funk bass. What's his name? The bass player for the fucking Funkadelic.
Bootsy Collins.
Bootsy Collins. Yeah, he was showing this like how to play funk bass, and you always put the emphasis on the one. Oh, Bootsy Collins. Oh my God, I love him. Anyways, that's what most people are used to. Most songs start out with the business happening on the first beat. In any case, I believe the first example that I did with the emphasis that's on the second beat, and then it happens again on the first beat of the second measure. It's another example of how they play around with accents that magically make a song sound more intriguing and complex. Andy's delivery of this, both vocally and guitarally, I made up a word and I don't care if you got a problem.
It's canon now.
Guitarly makes this one of his landmark gifts to music. It's a composition that is as alluring as much it is almighty. And it makes me think of a special guy that happens to be on this podcast. And his name's Matthew.
Yep.
He's my stock taking.
That was his his
my
old
Matthew.
username on our forum years ago. Yep. Indeed. Fuck,
And
Michelle.
he saw it at Logan's with me once, and his smile fell off of his face. It was so big.
And it lays there to this day. That's why
Yep.
we've never seen him smile.
Yeah, never.
Oh, that's not
Yeah, man. Everything you said times a million. That song is fucking great. And I think we talked about this when Tired of Waiting came through the pod on its way to glory. These are a 1-2 punch for me, right? And just like when I talked earlier about Two Lips, this is one of those idiosyncratic songs that when I first heard Wrong, I mean, these two songs, Tired of Waiting and this, come after some punk masterpieces. And suddenly you get those two fucking songs. You're like, what the fuck? What kind of punk band does this? This is genius. It's fucking genius. It's so idiosyncratic. Like, how great that their most successful album has this on it. What the fuck? Yeah. It's amazing. This song is amazing. And yeah, I've always heard it the same way you do, Michelle, that boom, bump with it starts on a 2 and then the 1, then the 2 and the 1.
1, 2,
it's
3,
so good. And this is one of their songs, like that. I think there's a handful of songs that are like this, that is so distilled and so perfect. There's just nothing out of place.
Right.
There's nothing where it shouldn't be. There's nothing extraneous. There's nothing that's missing. It's just everything is right where it needs to be.
Art.
It is fucking art. And it really is one. This piece doesn't suffer for not being with Tired of Waiting, but they really do form a conjoined set of conjoined twins for me.
God,
and I mean, listen, one doesn't have to, I'm not going to pull apart the lyrics of this. It's not a hard song to grok. It's not like, I mean, it's subtle in its way, but it's not like...
The lyrics are cool. I think I might actually...
No, the lyrics...
Are you
the
getting
lyrics
what
are fucking...
you want?
No, the lyrics are fucking great. I just mean, like, what do I need to say about them? You can listen to them, and Andy's telling you what he's saying, right? Like, I don't... It's so fucking good, although I love the masterful turn at the very end of, so much and so little, and then into too little and too much. Like, it's changing the so into too, and it's switching the much and the little. It's just brilliant. It's a nice, subtle, great, perfect way of flipping the ideas, the meaning, and depth, and making it more depthful with like shuffling around 3 words or 4 words, just different order, and so fucking perfect. And the way the verse, Andy's delivery, everything about it is just a master class.
I hope they all die happy men, because this is just
because they made this
beautiful
song, right, amongst all the rest of their oeuvre. But it's and again, it's short as fuck. It's short as hell, And they can pack so
matter.
much into it don't matter at all. They can make a masterpiece in 8 minutes or a masterpiece in
I
one
think
and a
that's
half.
harder to do, to make a shorter song that has so much beef on it than to make
Hell
some
hell
long
yeah.
horse shit.
Well, but they don't make horse shit, so we'll
No, but I'm
strike
saying,
that
like,
from
it's-
the record. But no, you're
No,
right.
I'm not
No, I
saying
hear
they
what you
make.
mean.
I'm not
I
saying
know
they
what you
make
mean.
horse
I
shit.
know what you mean. I know what you mean.
How dare
Yeah,
you?
this song is beautiful and rocking, and the musicianship and the way the bass and the guitar and the drums play off each other is, first of all, fun as fuck. Like, I love listening to this song. This is fun to dance to. It's fun to bop your head to. It's fun to sing along to. It's just a joy. And yeah, it's one of the epitomes of what No Means No is, this song. It's just
Yes.
great. But I don't want to say anymore. I want to leave meat on the bone for Matthew. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, the song doesn't mean much to me. You know,
It sucks.
even that the fact that I used it as my internet handle, still use it in some places ever since the internet existed, more or less. You know, it doesn't mean much to me. No, this song, the subject matter, you know, it is relatively easy to grok and everything like that, but it's always been a touchstone for me. It still is to this day. When thinking about, you know, all the lyrics, like, you know, just as a baseline in your life, like sort of like a checking where you are and what you're doing and all that kind of stuff. It's a Buddhist koan, basically. I think he was writing about love, but I think you can apply it to any aspect of life. This particular song. Anyway, yeah, the subject matter beyond that. Such a perfect fucking song. I mean, this is how you play a hi-hat, every aspect, like just like you playing on the open hi-hat, the closed hi-hat, the fucking muting of cymbals or choking of cymbals, I suppose. Is the song about the rests, like the absolute silences.
Oh yeah.
Man, like you get a tom, the tom fills, like it's like boulders rolling down a hill. But the thing about boulders rolling down a hill, they don't stop on a fucking dime and then be completely fucking silent. And yeah, the guitar kind of wacka wacka thing that Andy's doing is fucking incredible.
Oh my yes.
Yeah, the up and down. The bass goes up, it sounds more optimistic. The bass goes down, it sounds very angry. Even just the little like way far away.
Oh, that's John, probably.
Yeah, probably. The life's up and
so
down.
good.
Super fantastic. And of course, yeah, the snarliest, greasiest Andy snarl and yell that exists on any of this. Yeah. And then at the end of that, oh shit.
Every single listener is replaying it in their heads right now. It's so
Yeah,
fucking-
no, there is so much power. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You sick and tired of the same old thing.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, just the timing of those two R's
Jesus Christ on
are
a bike.
maybe my favorite part of the song, because they are so isolated and then they are so integrated with the rest of the song, like where it comes and interacts with the music. Yeah. The tom fills are fucking incredible. We already spoke about too much and so much and becomes so little, too much. I mean, I think about that all the time when I'm evaluating my life
The song is so good.
and what I'm doing, what I'm accomplishing. The song winds me up. It fills me, maybe even slightly too much. It gives me synesthesia. This song, maybe more than any other No Means No song, it makes me feel more than think. I can't even fucking help it when I listen to it. I react to it, and I have heard it thousands of times.
Yep.
So yeah, this is a hard one to beat for me.
That's fucking great, man. That's great. I love to hear every single word of that. That's fucking beautiful. Beautiful testament To a beautiful song. I think we can move straight into voting here. It's again an unfortunate matchup. I don't love to send
Yeah.
anybody to the dustbin, and I'm sorry for the song that's probably going to go. But Michelle, you cast the first vote on this matchup.
Oh, stocky poo. Stocky taking poo. Stock taking.
Yep.
One vote.
Yep.
Vote for me.
Listen, I'm not going to say this is not an easy one for me, but it's not easy in the sense that I love Machine, and I mourn that Machine got put up against this. I mourn for Mr. Happy that it's gotten put up against fucking classics at every turn. And so looking at, just a little meta behind the scenes, looking today at its stats for Mr. Happy, we've put through one song.
Wow.
Which
That's
one
it.
was that? Do you know which one
I think it was I Need You. And the rest
Huh.
we've shot down, which is fucking garbage because it's a gorgeous album.
I don't like
It's
this
just-
anymore.
but this is
not
just-
right.
This is just down to the mechanics, folks. And again, we're gonna have People's Choice or like wild cards. So some of these will be brought back in. But for me, it's stock taking.
Yeah, I think you probably can tell from my reaction to it that it's
Matthew
probably
doesn't like it.
no, I don't like it at all. And you said this song reminds you of me.
Oh my God, always.
And I should also say that this is the last No Means No song I ever saw performed live by a member of No Means No. It was a solo set that Andy played. I was standing next to
Logan's.
Strangey here at
Yep.
Logan's. It was
Yep.
I don't remember
Oh,
the people's birthday party,
shoot.
but they got Andy in to play their birthday party, and so
Just
it's
him and a guitar, too.
kind of a special song and experience.
And he had a black and white striped shirt. It's the first time I ever met him.
Yeah,
That is
Oh my
hella
God.
cool.
hung out
That
with
is
his wife
hella
and
cool.
son. That was pretty
Oh my
cool.
God.
That is hella cool.
I was hoping I wasn't going to look like a jackass. Like his wife was there. I'm like,
Yeah. No, so
Yeah,
even
Rushman's
after
kinda
No
cool.
Means No's last live performance, this was after that. So it was.
That's
like you
amazing.
say, my
oh,
fi-
so you're
like,
saying you never want to hear another
potentially no. Potentially, definitely a contender for my favorite song was the last one I ever saw.
Yeah, this is. I mean,
There
that's
we go.
important. That's important to note, man. Right? Like it's important. We've all kind of noted when some of our top songs have come on, and I know this is one of your tops, and that's a big deal. So I'm glad it went through unanimously. But I do mourn. for Machine. That's a great song. It's a great fucking song.
again? Yeah, I love the ending of Machine too. That sounds like some red sun just
I'm gonna
taking. Yeah.
I'm gonna pour one out. Pour out one of them 16 ounces. All right. Well, let's have a little palate cleanser. I'm going to this week read to you some Andy's correction corner.
Hey, look, I got a thing.
We're waiting for Michelle to do her thing.
Do you know what this is?
Well, none of us can see
It
it.
is a melodica.
I mean, I can see it. She's
Oh,
holding
yes,
it up.
Yes, I
So-
have a
so-
melodica. There's
so
a
I'm gonna-
story behind this, but I don't know if you want to know it.
I'm gonna give you the cue again. Andy's correction corner. Oh yeah, nice.
Oh my God.
So Andy's gonna talk to us about two songs today. All right, so here we go. Blinding Light. One of my least favorite No Means No songs during my tenure in the band. Shock, horror.
Yeah.
That was
Jeez.
actually Andy saying shock horror. While
Did
John,
he say that?
yeah, he did. While John is, I'll make sure to note my own interjections as I. am
Okay, all right,
interjecting
I'm
now.
sorry.
While John is amazing on the drums as per usual, and Rob sounds fantastic playing the shit out of his bass. I almost said bass again. I caught myself. I thought the actual music sounded a bit like a throwaway Motorhead song that didn't even qualify as a B-side. And while I'm not a big fan of Joyful Reunion either, okay, wait, this is Jordan. I'm now crawling into the corner, sucking my thumb, rocking in the corner a little bit. Okay, back to Andy. I think it does the whole double time, wallow, distorted guitars, and pounding drums things much, much better than Blinding Light. Well, no fucking shit, Sherlock. That's Jordan again. Perhaps a very obscure note, but whenever Rob's saying, God is great, in my head, I always wanted to hear, God is great, God is good, let us thank him for our, God is great, God is good, let us thank him for our food.
food.
With food made to rhyme with good. So it would have to be, yeah, so I said good because, or food, good. Yeah. God is great. God is good. Let us thank him for our food.
Good as in covered in goo?
Yeah, I don't know. He
Gooey
wrote
cheese.
good,
God
but that's
has
pretty
been good.
That's pretty fucking funny. I'll make a small note that we've seen Blinding Light come back as a Compressor Head song. They've played that on like a live Compressor Head tour.
Dang.
I saw that, but anyway,
Live.
yeah, live. I guess I saw a video of it. All right, next.
Online?
Yeah, exactly. Big Dick. That's right. Big Dick.
Oh yeah.
The return of a bass and drums two-piece song on a No Means No album after a short absence on Small Parts, Day Everything. I'm thinking it was written quite soon after Mama, but I may be mistaken. Rob sang it originally. Then, when he lost his voice for a while, I took over vocal duties. After Rob got his voice back, we'd done it so long with me singing that it stayed that way. I love this song. I would have gladly watched Rob and John do this without me. Just the two of them. That said, it was always super fun to sing and dance around too, if you can call what I did dancing.
Oh, his skinny little body bouncing up and down. So much fun. Hi,
I'll
Andy.
cut the rug with him. I'll cut the rug with you, Andy.
The lyrics are top notch, funny, pointed, and very much in line with the early feminist themes of the band. For a brief period, while Rob was singing this in the early mid-'80s, I played timbales alongside the brothers on stage. There's no live video or audio tapes that document this that I know of, but I think John added timbales to the studio version for Wrong some years later. The other song timbales got used for was the long-lost Babble to the Rabble, which anybody got that somewhere? Fucking send it along.
Babs to the Rabs. I don't know.
That's just our podcast.
That's just our podcast. Yeah, Babble to the Rabble. That should be what we call it, actually. So again,
No,
Andy,
this
as
isn't
always.
sports.
No, you're right. As always, thank you very much for that. Fucking entertaining as hell to get a little behind the scenes.
So Andy likes big dick.
Ooh, boy, that's
I'm sorry. No, come on.
That's,
I'm being a jerk.
ooh, boy.
I didn't mean
You want
that.
him? You want him to keep sending his shit in, or?
Yes, I do. But
yeah.
that song is amazing, and I'm glad he likes it. That's what
It
I'm saying.
is. It is.
I like big dick too.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! We got to move on. All right, you guys got anything non-pornographic before we wrap this up?
No,
All right.
Only pornographic things.
Yeah, that's right. So all I want to let everyone know is that I really want to jump out of my skin and be free. So we're going to do a little secret thing here. We're actually going to pull the draw for our next songs, and we're not going to say what they are, but I'm going to let you guys react to what the next pulls are. So I'm pulling the first one. I'm going to paste it into chat. Here you go. You looking at chat?
Mm-hmm.
There's our first draw.
Okay.
I think this is. I think the clip for that first song is going to have to be probably like 20 minutes. So that'll be interesting. It'll be a really long episode.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work.
All right. And here is our second draw. You ready? Hell yeah. Look at that.
Okay. All right.
Fuck yeah.
Jesus.
Fuck yeah. So that happened. Fucking terrible
I know
machine.
what I'm
Fuck
doing.
you. All right.
No, it fucking sucks.
So
I'm
we'll
circling my answer right here.
we'll
I
see you
got
all
it.
next time.